And welcome back. My name is Wilma Castillo, and I am here with Mr. Howard Knepper, who is running for U.S. Senate as a Republican for the state of Florida. Thank you so much for having me today.
My pleasure once again.
Now we're going to be talking about something that affects all of us. Everybody that takes a train, takes a bus, any public transportation, airports. Do you think they're safe?
Look, I don't think, I don't want to put people in a panic. You know, I think that one of the safest ways to travel is by air, okay? By traveling, by an airplane. Now, look, Congress can do a lot more in this area, okay? We live in a different world, okay? And I think that we have to make sure that the people of this country are safe when they fly, or if they take a cruise ship, or they're on our railways, okay? I do not believe that the current security that we have in place is enough. I don't really think that TSA alone can really efficiently handle the amount of travelers that come through our airports. And I think that it's important that we put the people of America and people traveling, their safety first. Now, if it's going to take more time to board your flight, then that's just the way it has to be, because you've got to be safe. There are a lot of ideas that I would bring to the Senate to be able to improve not just the passengers getting on the plane. I would also think that there's many things that we can do on the ground. I think that we live in a different world than we used to live in, and I don't think that it's something that we can just do nothing about. So I think that Congress is working on it to a certain extent. I'm not in the Senate yet. I hope I will be, but there's no question that we have to address the security of our airports, all of our railways, our cruise ships. We haven't had any problems in that area yet, but why wait? Let's make everybody secure as possible. And I'll say it one more time. If the people of this country have to be delayed in their flight, or delayed getting on a cruise ship, or traveling by railway, then that's just the way it has to be. It's up to the United States government. It's up to Congress to set forth what we need to do, and first priority is safety. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I have in my mind to bring forward, but no question about it. It is the safest way to travel, they say, and we don't want to panic people, but we have to do a lot more to make it safer.
Now, as a person that travels often, I know that when I'm going to visit somebody or when I'm going to a different state or out of the country, I just want to be in and out. So when you say delayed, what are you asking to be implemented that will delay the whole traveling process? What do you feel needs to be added?
Well, I think that that's something that has to be discussed. Certain things that I actually wouldn't want to discuss here, because it would be certainly not a good idea, because it's in reference to safety, and it's things that we wouldn't want to discuss right now, some of the ideas that I have. But I will throw a few out. For one thing, if you've ever noticed, when you go through the initial screening process, you're then in the area while you're waiting for the plane, where you get your magazines and some food and things like this. And then right before you go on the plane, to tell you the truth, I think that another layer of going through that security check for scanning for any weapons or anything of that nature would be a good idea. I think having perhaps perhaps more federal agents on flights. But there are numerous things that can be done, and I, again, would not want to, in an open setting like this, discuss it, but I have some very good ideas. I know Congress continues to work on this, and it's important. So we'll leave it at that for now.
Now, do you feel for the railroads, do you think there should be a scanning system
Well, I
for
do.
people entering the trains? I mean, because pretty much you buy a ticket, you go in, and you don't know who's sitting next to you.
Well, I happen to think that that's a good idea. I would say that it would be. I mean, when you walk into a train, I think it's important that people feel safe, and we don't need to have someone walking on a train and the baggage and the rest of it without being secured. So it applies to cruise ships, trains, and airplanes. You know, we just don't live in a world where we used to live in. It'd be nice to go back to the 1950s and 60s and early 70s, but it's not the case. And we have to make some changes based on the security risks that now face us. And we have to not just put our heads in the sand and face the fact that we have to deal with our current world that we live in, and make sure that the American people and the people traveling within the United States and internationally are safe.
Now, another topic that is also bringing a lot of questions is the Social Security and elderly abuse, which, what do you feel are the problems affecting, especially here in the state of Florida, those that come and move here?
Well, you've thrown at me two
Two
questions.
completely